Hello and welcome to A Journey Through Tarot. So today we are focusing on the sign of Scorpio. And I do call these free roam readings where we just get the general energy, and this is specific to the month of December. So let's just see what comes out. I have already saged, I've already shuffled quite a bit. Let's just get right into it. So, for the sign of Scorpio for the month of December, Spirit. Oh, wow. Right off the bat, we have the Empress. We have the Four of Wands and the Devil. So, I don't want you to be alarmed by this Devil card because the Devil card could mean passion. It could mean intimacy, potentially. Wow, okay. For some of you, may not be all of you, either you are expecting, or someone you know will potentially be expecting, or maybe you're manifesting the person that you may create life with, as in have a child with. The reason why I say this is the Empress is actually, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, is pregnant. She is the nurturing, loving, fertility. I always think of the goddess Freya. The Four of Wands also is my commitment card. That is my marriage and happiness, love, stability, growing old together. And if you notice, there's a lot of yellow here, so this has to do with the solar plexus. I also want to mention the Sacral Chakra too, which is, you know, more of your passionate type of chakra. It's very interesting that the Devil wanted to come out in this reading, so let's clarify. I don't want to alarm anyone who's like, oh my god, I'm not wanting to have a child. So just be careful. This could be, you know, a warning to some of you. Or this could just be birthing a new relationship that will create and manifest something beyond yourself. You know what I mean? It's a connection between not just yourself, but with something greater. It's the relationship that changes your life. So, congratulations, Scorpio, if that's something that you are going for. Or maybe you're just ready to, if you're already in a relationship, you're ready to get to the next level. This is also coming into my head here, that potentially somebody could be trying to get in the middle of a relationship right now, currently. That could just be a specific read for someone. That maybe you are planning on a future with someone and there's someone trying to get in the way of it. Maybe a third party entity. The only reason why I say that is because when you look at this particular image, the Devil, right, it's much like the Lover's card, but it's the complete opposite, right? They're chained up. It's not an angel above, although the Devil was once an angel, right? This is someone that you once trusted, potentially, who's trying to impede on your relationship. This is, again, this, if it's not for you, then don't take it. That could be just specific to someone. Mother-in-laws that popped into my head. I hope that's not the case, but we all know, everyone has seen every sitcom that involves a mother-in-law and how difficult they may be. They could be a potential third party in some situations where, I don't want to use the term mommy's boy, but for the lack of a better term, that is the one that comes to mind here for me. Again, this Devil card could just be this passionate energy. This could be just sexual energy, which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It could be someone just got married and, you know, maybe you missed your honeymoon because of COVID perhaps, and now you're ready to go and travel and kind of make it your honeymoon, and then, you know, maybe something happens that you weren't expecting, and then, you know, here we are with child. This is, again, this doesn't have to be a physical child for some of you. This could be you nurturing a new idea. Doesn't even have to be a relationship. Although the Four of Wands generally is a relationship card, it could be you nurturing within, loving yourself to the terms that you have created abundance in your life, and you have this person who's coming in. That could be for someone. This devil energy could be relating to maybe the past. Maybe you had this codependency type of relationship style, and you know, you learned from your parents, and that was the reflection that you actually created into your world, because that's something that you had an example of. So maybe some of you didn't quite know what love really is and what unconditional love should be. And maybe that was a reflection of who you were in the past. There was a codependency relationship that you're leaving or getting away from. Or, you know, maybe your mentality has changed. And so that has allowed you to open up this new process of recreation. The Empress to me is always very intuitive as well. She reminds me of like Mother Gaia. She's like the nature, being one with the universe. So for some of you, this could be you recreating yourself, and recognizing that you are one with the earth, and you're recreating your spirituality, you're finding your faith. And that in return is bringing this new relationship, this new aspect of self. You love yourself, and you have let go of the outcome, and you've let go of, I'm looking for my soulmate, I'm gonna just see, you know, I'm gonna let it happen naturally. Again, it's like very grounded nature energy. Maybe you are starting to meditate more. You know, you're feeling very feminine and one with yourself, and creative and loving, and you're feeling great. I feel a very good energy from you, Scorpio. So I do think that that could also be a potential of someone who's just rebirthing themselves, which is allowing this new relationship to come about. I feel like you're letting go of these coping mechanisms in the past that may have been, you know, not for your best good, right? They could have been toxic. You could have had toxic relationships in the past, but you've learned from them. You've moved past them. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify. Let's just see what Spirit has to say. I don't want you guys to be alarmed by that third card, because it could mean a multitude of things. So let's see. All right, spirits, ancient ancestors, please clarify the devil. Okay, the Six of Pentacles wanted to come in. The Six of Pentacles says gifts. So to me, I always see this card as someone who is basically sharing their wealth. They are either someone in your life or someone who is potentially going to be a partnership, who is willing to be open and share with you and recognize your worth, perhaps. I also think that they're generous. It could be generosity from, you know, people around you even. This could be you being more generous to yourself and recognizing your own worth. I feel like the Six of Pentacles is really just showing me that this devil energy is past energy. this lesson taught you, it brought you gifts, right? It brought you a gift of a lesson, and that lesson taught you who you are and your worth, and you're recognizing that now. And I really feel like whatever this devil energy was, you've released it. The Six of Pentacles tells me that you are being more generous to yourself. You're starting to recognize that you know what you bring to the table, okay? And you're not afraid to eat alone. That's the saying, right? That although you are alone, you don't feel lonely, right? And if this is someone who has just recently left a relationship, that's allowing for this new, abundant, completely transformative relationship to enter into your life. So whoever is ending something, who's ever letting go of a codependent relationship, you're going to find your equal give and take here. You're going to find your equal partner. I do also think that this could be a mentality that you've released. So even if you're in a relationship and maybe, you know, the two of you have been through a lot, okay? This is a story for someone very specific. The two of you have been through a lot, and it hasn't been easy. You were young when you first met, so you've grown together. And I feel like maybe in the past there were some triggers and maybe some toxic traits that were passed down from, you know, your parents. And I feel like you've released those. I feel like you are changing your mentality, which in return is showing those around you what you will accept. And in return, they have to change themselves if they want to be in your life, because you are now having healthy boundaries. Okay, I got the King of Swords as well. Now, it's interesting in this deck, he is structure. He is more of a warmth energy than I usually get from the King of Swords. He feels more like a protective energy in this specific, you know, tarot. He feels like this transformative energy. The reason I say that is because he's purple, first of all, so that's spiritual. Purple represents spirituality. There's this, I want to say dove, it could be something else, but for some reason I'm feeling as if it's a dove, celebrating love and life, and also it's like birth, because the color white actually represents innocence. So that's for someone. So if you are trying to have a child, or if that's something that's on your radar in the future, I think that whomever this person is that you've brought into your life, or, you know, if you have already had this person in your life, you will know it. I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm just really deep into this energy, and I feel such a strong peace from it. So whether you're in a relationship currently, and you will know if this is your person, okay? If you're not sure, then it's most likely not. If you are single and looking, you will find this King of Swords energy. And again, I usually see the King of Swords as a very cold energy, but I'm seeing him as very loving and clear and logical, but also warm and understanding and communicative. Swords usually represent communication, and here he is holding that sword high above his head. It's his confidence within him, right? He may, this is a story for someone, and again, I shouldn't have to, you know, mention, like, this is the story. If it's not your story, then it's not your story. I'm just going to keep going because you guys will know if it's your story, okay? If it's confusing to you and you're like, what are you talking about? That's not John, or, you know, whatever the name. That's not my John. You know, whoever it is, okay? If you feel confused, then it's not your read. If it feels like it's hitting the nail on the head, then it's 100% your read. If you feel it in your soul, okay? Anyways, like I was saying, I feel like this King of Swords energy has past toxic traits or something that it's trauma. That's how I perceive trauma. I feel all of us are dealing with some demons, right? And that is metaphorical. Okay, I'm not talking about physical demons. I'm saying we all have metaphorical demons that we are working on and trying to face each day. Some of us face them head on. Some of us take years. Some of us hide from them. It just varies on your stability and how far you've gone to nurture yourself, potentially. So anyways, this King of Swords energy, he or she has past trauma that they are working on, but I do feel like they face them. So they've either recognized them and, you know, have healthy coping mechanisms, or they are working on finding the balance, okay? Let's move on from that energy. Let's go ahead and clarify the Four of Wands. Let's see what Spirit has to say about the Four of Wands. Spirit, can you clarify this Four of Wands? Okay, this card flew right out. The Ten of Swords, completion. Okay, so in order to receive this Four of Wands, this commitment, this wonderful forever person, there was some heartache that had to happen. That's kind of the energy I was getting, this past energy here. It had to be released, and you released it. And so congratulations, whoever this is for. If you feel like you're like, have I finally, I've been doing the work. Have I finally, received my abundance? I'm waiting for it, Spirit. It's like you're asking for it. You're doing the work, and Spirit just wants to say that you're doing an awesome job. And although that this has been a difficult time, they are proud of you. All right, I just wanted to mention that. Let's also clarify the Four of Wands again here. Clarify the Four of Wands, Spirit. We have the Magician. Yeah, you were able to manifest your outcome because you are all-powerful and all-knowing, okay? And I say that in the aspect that if you believe it to be true, your mentality, and this is proven time and time again, that mentality affects our perception, right? What you perceive is the outcome. So if you're negative all the time, you're hanging out in these toxic mentalities, that's in return, you'll look at that same toxic mentality. But because you decided to walk away from that, remove yourself from those type of energies, you have become the master of your own life. You create your own fate, okay? Clarify the Empress, Spirit. Sorry, my cards just fell. Let's try that again. Also, Scorpio, I feel like you're a very mysterious sign. So for whoever this message is for, I feel like you need to open your heart a bit and stop being so guarded. That was just a random message that popped into my head. That's for someone. Okay, clarify the Empress, Spirit. We have Two of Swords reverse. So in this particular deck, the Two of Swords, the key coin term here is difficulties. Two of Swords is generally a decision, a difficult one. Someone who feels like they can't make a decision. They feel like they're at a stagnant energy, okay? Someone who's unsure of what to do. They feel like, they're choosing the lesser of two evils. So no matter what choice they make, the outcome isn't going to end well, okay? That's generally what the Two of Swords is upright. But the fact that the Two of Swords is reversed tells me that you've let go of an inner conflict. This is how I'm perceiving this, is that you're releasing, or Spirit is saying that it will be released, okay? If you are dealing with a confusing energy right now, and if you're feeling like you're unsure what to do, what your next step is, I accidentally pulled the card here, and I also got the Death in reverse. So someone is potentially not allowing change, or, you know, fearing it, right? Because the only thing that we should be afraid of is fear itself, right? And that might be why this devil energy came through. Because although you're creating this happiness for yourself, there's some part of you that is afraid. And this could be very deep within. There's some part of you afraid to allow happiness into your life. There is the possibility of a thing called self-sabotage. I'm sure we've all heard of it, and we've all kind of maybe recognized that in ourselves before. So let's clarify. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Let's use the Rider-Waite deck again here. And let's see. Spirit, can you clarify this Death in reverse, please? Death in reverse. Death in reverse. For Scorpio in the month of December. Okay, this one wanted to fly out onto the floor. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so you're not following your intuition. You're not following your true heart's desire. Okay, when I think of intuition, I think that we are following the magic within. That young child who believes that they can fly, who believes that anything is possible. That tiny inner child, our happiness, our core happiness, I'm talking about deep down within. That's what intuition is to me personally. Intuition is believing in magic. It's following your own belief system, even if it's not logical. Okay? When we're children, we have great intuition because we don't question things because we don't quite know the reality of anything, right? It's constantly a learning basis, and our brain isn't fully developed. I mean, shoot, our brain isn't fully developed until you're 26, I believe. Google that to verify, but so you know what? We're just running around with intuition at that point because our logical brain hasn't fully erupted. Because the Swords energy is logic, right? Which some would say that logic creates fear, and fear is based in this devil energy, okay? That's just kind of a basis of what swords represent. Although I'm not saying logic is like the devil. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying logic can have us overthink or not believe in possibilities and be pessimistic at times, or realistic. Potentially too realistic. Anyways, the High Priestess in reverse tells me that someone is self-sabotaging because they don't believe in themselves. That's what that tells me. So although you can manifest whatever it is that you want, there's fear holding you back. All right, let's get some oracle cards. Get some advice here on this particular topic. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, please clarify the King of Swords and the devil energy, please, for Scorpio in the month of December. So this is something that you're working on in December, okay? Although this has been a long process, this is clearly not new energy. Something is, I feel, being reborn in the month of December. There's this change within you. Spirit guide, clarify the King of Swords and the Devil energy. Let me shuffle a couple more times. I feel like there's someone or something trying to hold you back, and I do feel like it may be yourself. Some sort of limiting belief. Spirit guides, please clarify the King of Swords and this Devil energy. Okay, finally, my goodness. We have friendship and spirit guide. So what this tells me is that your spirit guides are always here for you, okay? They want you to know that the energy that you feel, this almost childlike energy that is born in this nature aspect. Without four walls, we are free, right? You go camping, you feel like a wild animal. You come back, you got dirt under your nails, you haven't showered in 3 days, but you feel like you are rejuvenated when you go out in nature. You feel grounded, you feel energized. So what this tells me is that Mother Nature, the universe, spirit, whatever it is that you believe, is your friend. It's not there to be against you. It's not to turn against you. Your intuition is not to alarm you or cause fear. It's your friend. Okay? This fear mentality comes from your logical mind. And Spirit wants you to know that that's not them. That's your own logic and your 3D current circumstances that are telling you otherwise. When Spirit wants to remind you that you're more than just a body, a bag of bones, right? You are a spirit within, okay? And your intuitive abilities are not to be feared. That's for someone. Okay, let's clarify this High Priestess in reverse. I mean, that goes into what I'm saying. It's like you're going to start recognizing this in December. I feel like you're going to start seeing your worth, and this is going to reignite your fire, your childhood free-spirited nature, I feel like. Random word of advice for you, Scorpio. If you're feeling lost and unsure, go on a walk outside in the outdoors, or take your shoes off in your backyard and feel the grass underneath your feet and feel grounded in the earth. I'm telling you, either, take a bath, which you'll feel energized because of the water. Go near, a body of water, or go on a nice trail walk, or just put your feet in the grass. And trust me, it will change you. It'll bring you peace. And what's funny? For some reason, I feel like these two cards look similar. This peace card is reminding me of the High Priestess. She's just emanating this glorious beauty from within. And there's the Dove again. There's this purifying. And I hate to say it, for some of you, this is relating to a child. This spirit that is waiting for you. It's waiting to be born. It doesn't have to be a specific child. This even reminds me of the Empress card too. They look very similar. So what I'm saying to you is you're either being reborn and nurturing yourself through spirit, through rejuvenation of nature, and your spirit guides are guiding you and you're following your intuition, which is leading you down this wonderful path, okay? It's leading you to your commitment and abundance and happiness. The Empress tells me that you're very loving and nurturing, and that's the type of relationship that you're looking for. Although the King of Swords, generally, I don't get that nurturing vibe from, that type of card, but I'm feeling it in this energy of warmth and communication, and it's exactly what you're looking for. You've manifested it, and that tells us with this Magician card that you've manifested this particular king into your life. Career. So I feel like you're on this path of finding balance and peace in your career. I don't necessarily feel like you're getting a new job. You could be. You could be deciding on rebirthing a new idea in a business, or deciding to go back to school for something brand new, completely unknown to you, which is nurturing you in some way. But how I'm actually viewing this is that you're finding balance in life on the 3D as far as your career goes, and your passions. Because this career card, you don't see a guy in a business suit typing on his laptop. You see a Mother Gaia, the tree of life. There's this bubble of warmth around it. There's this rejuvenation. So for me, I'm feeling like this career card is finding balance between the two. Finding balance between logic, the 3D, and possessions, like money and finances. I feel like you're finding balance between what makes you happy and what fulfills you in a necessity type of way. Okay? You're going to receive the answers that you're looking for. If there's a question in your heart, and it's interesting because there's birds up here flying, right? And then we see these birds flying around him. So it almost feels like there's this wind of change. The birds flock and fly south for the winter, right? They go somewhere else, but they always come back home. So I feel like this could be some sort of traveling energy, but I do feel more of a transformative, guiding your path. If you see a lot of birds, or even if you see feathers laying on the ground and you're like, where are all these birds coming from? Look up the type of bird. There's usually a message from spirit, so just throwing that out there. I actually came to learn that certain birds and certain species can represent spirit being near you. So anyways, I feel as though you're following your heart's desire, and you're getting the answers that you needed to feel complete within yourself. Again, we have birds here. Look at how these cards fit hand in hand. It almost looks like this was cut from the same cloth here. This bird looks like the same bird here. We have the Four of Wands, and then we have commitment. Are you joking? Like, can it be any clearer than that? You have found your soul's purpose. You have found your soul's reason for life. That's what I'm interpreting from this. You and your person are creating this life here in the middle. It's almost like a nest, right? These two beautiful doves, which doves mate for life, I'm just throwing that out there. They have created this love nest together, this commitment. Scorpio, if you're not trying to have children, please be careful. It doesn't have to be that. It really doesn't. This could be just creating a wonderful life together. This could just be finding peace and love and joy and nurturing your life together. This could be finding a happy home together. This could be settling down. Whatever that question is, you're gonna get your answer, okay? And that involves your soul's purpose. I feel like this is very divinely guided. I feel like angels are among us. I feel like birds represent angels as well. So if you're seeing a lot of white birds or white feathers, you're definitely representing something beautiful and serene, and your angels are guiding you to whatever this person is or this new endeavor, okay? All right, Scorpio, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you there. I do want to remind you that I offer personal readings. The email is below. Right now I'm just doing those for donations. And if you want, you have a question about your person or whomever this commitment is regarding and you felt like this resonated for you, please feel free to comment. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, and I'm gonna leave you here. Thank you. Bye-bye.